Welcome back to the channel, tennis fans. Today, we are diving deep into what is undeniably one of the most electrifying, goosebump-inducing storylines of the entire 2026 WTA season. We are talking about a run so magical, so thoroughly unexpected, and yet so masterfully executed that it has left analysts, former players, and millions of fans completely speechless. If you've been following the grass court swing over the past few weeks, you already know the name that is on everyone's lips, Eala. The pride of the Philippines, the 21-year-old left-handed sensation, is rewriting the history books, shattering glass ceilings, and single-handedly putting Southeast Asian tennis on the global map in a way we have quite literally never seen before. We are witnessing a miracle run, ladies and gentlemen, but to call it a miracle might actually be doing a disservice to the sheer amount of hard work, tactical brilliance, and relentless mental fortitude that Eala has showcased. This is not luck. This is arrival. And right now, the entire tennis world is asking one very important question. Is Elise Mertens in serious trouble? We're going to break down every single angle of this fascinating matchup. We have the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object. On one side of the net at the Bad Homburg Open, you have Eala, coming off a spectacular title win at the Lexus Birmingham Open, her first ever grass court title, and an utterly breathtaking semifinal run at the WTA 500 event in Berlin just days ago, where she was chopping down giants left and right before a hard-fought exit against Linda Noskova. On the other side of the net, you have Elise Mertens, a former world number 12 in singles, a multi-time Grand Slam champion in doubles, and a fiercely intelligent, seasoned veteran who knows exactly how to dismantle younger, hyper-aggressive opponents. Mertens currently holds a 2-0 head-to-head advantage over Eala. Just a couple of months ago, in April of this year at the Madrid Open, Mertens dispatched Eala in straight sets, 6-2, 6-1, but that was on the slow, grinding red clay of Spain. We are now in late June. We are in Germany. We are on the lush, lightning-fast grass courts of Bad Homburg, and the Eala that Elise Mertens is about to face is a completely different animal than the one she played in Madrid. This matchup is the ultimate litmus test. For Eala, it is a chance to prove that her recent dominance is not just a flash in the pan, and a chance to overcome a stylistic matchup that has previously given her nightmares. For Mertens, it is a crucial opportunity to assert the old guard's dominance, to protect her ranking, and to build momentum heading into the hallowed grounds of Wimbledon, which is just around the corner. Eala currently sits at a career-high ranking trajectory, having broken into the top 30 earlier this year, reaching world number 29 in March after a phenomenal run at Indian Wells. She has been dealing with the immense pressure defending ranking points from her breakout 2025 season, a season where she stunned the world by reaching the semifinals of the Miami Open and making her first WTA final in Eastbourne. But rather than wilting under the pressure of expectations, Eala has doubled down. She has elevated her game, refined her movement, and embraced the chaotic, low-bouncing nature of grass court tennis to become one of the most feared unseeded players in any draw. In this extremely detailed deep dive, we are going to look at the tactical evolution of Eala's game, specifically how she has adapted her heavy, spin-loaded baseline game into a lethal, first-strike weapon perfectly suited for grass. We will analyze the storied career and strategic genius of Elise Mertens, dissecting the exact tools she brings to the court that make her such a dangerous roadblock for rising stars. We will look at the cultural magnitude of Eala's success for the Philippines, a nation that rallies behind its athletes with an unparalleled passion. And finally, we will break down the exact win conditions for both players in this highly anticipated Bad Homburg round of 32 clash. There is so much nuance to this matchup, so much history, and so much at stake as we inch closer to the third major of the year. So, get comfortable, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and let us dive straight into the remarkable continuing miracle run of Eala, and discover exactly why Elise Mertens might just be facing the absolute toughest challenge of her entire grass court campaign. To truly understand the magnitude of what Eala is doing right now, we have to rewind the clock and look at the trajectory that brought her to this exact moment in late June of 2026. Eala was born with a racket in her hand, growing up in Quezon City, Philippines, before making the monumental decision to move across the world to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain. That decision laid the foundation for everything we are seeing today. Training under the meticulous Spanish system, Eala developed a clay court mentality early on. Heavy topspin, grueling rallies, exceptional physical conditioning, and a never-say-die attitude. She won junior Grand Slam titles. She grinded on the ITF circuit. And she slowly built her physical strength to match the grueling demands of professional women's tour. But the transition from junior phenom to WDA Tour regular is notoriously brutal. Many incredibly talented juniors simply fade away, unable to cope with the sheer power, pace, and mental ruthlessness of veteran professionals. For Eala, the true turning point, the moment where she evolved from a promising prospect to a legitimate global superstar, happened in the 2025 season. We all remember that magical run at the Miami Open. Eala, seemingly out of nowhere, defeated 3 former Grand Slam champions. She took down Yelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and the world number 1 at the time, Iga Swiatek, in a string of victories that sent shockwaves through the tennis establishment. That run proved she had the baseline firepower to hang with the absolute best in the world on hard courts. But what happened next was even more surprising, and it directly sets the stage for today's matchup against Mertens. Eala took that hard court confidence and seamlessly translated it to the grass. In 2025, during the grass court swing, she made her first ever tour-level final at the Lexus Eastbourne Open. She battled her way from qualifying all the way to the final, eventually suffering a heartbreaking loss to Maya Joint in a brutal third-set tiebreak, squandering 4 championship points along the way. Now, a loss like that, blowing 4 championship points in your first WDA final, can break a young player. It can create mental scars that last for years. But this is where the champion's mindset of Alex Eala truly shines. Instead of letting that Eastbourne heartbreak define her, she used it as rocket fuel. Fast forward to the 2026 grass court season, and we are witnessing a fully evolved, highly lethal version of Alex Eala. Just weeks ago, she entered the Lexus Birmingham Open, a WTA 125 event, with a massive chip on her shoulder. She fought through a grueling draw and found herself in the final against Nikola Bartunkova. After dropping the first set, the Filipina showed unbelievable resilience, raising her level, dictating play with her explosive left-handed forehand, and capturing her first ever professional grass court title, winning the final 2 sets 6-3, 7-5. It was a monumental victory, a testament to her growth, and proof that she had conquered the mental demons of the previous year. But she did not stop there. The miracle run continued straight into the WDA 500 event in Berlin. In Berlin, the level of competition skyrocketed. The draw was packed with the world elite, players utilizing the tournament as their primary warm-up for Wimbledon. Yet, Eala looked entirely unbothered. She played with a fearless, free-swinging aggression that left fans and commentators absolutely speechless. She sliced through the draw, taking down top-tier opponents, showcasing incredible adaptability on the low-bouncing German grass. She reached the semifinals, a truly astonishing feat given the stacked nature of the field. Her run was eventually halted by the heavy-hitting Czech, Linda Noskova, who played a flawless match to win in straight sets. The fatigue of the Birmingham title run, followed immediately by the deep Berlin run, finally caught up to her. Eala had played an immense amount of tennis in a very short period, and the physical toll was visible. And this brings us to Bad Homburg. Alex Eala arrived in this picturesque German town with a reputation that precedes her. She is no longer the underdog trying to make a name for herself. She is a giant killer. She is a player that seeded competitors look in the draw and instantly feel a sense of dread. But her opening round opponent is not just any player. It is Elise Mertens. Let's talk about Elise Mertens for a moment, because to underestimate the Belgian is a critical error. Elise Mertens is the definition of a professional's professional. While she may not generate the viral headlines or possess the raw, overwhelming power of an Aryna Sabalenka or an Elena Rybakina, Mertens makes her living by being incredibly smart, exceptionally fit, and tactically brilliant. She is a former world number 12 in singles, and she has held the world number 1 ranking in doubles, capturing multiple Grand Slam doubles titles. Why does her doubles pedigree matter in a singles match? because doubles teaches you court geometry, net proficiency, and rapid-fire reaction times, all of which are absolutely vital on a grass court. When you play on clay, you can afford to sit 10 feet behind a baseline and grind. On grass, the ball skids, it stays low, and the player who controls the baseline and moves forward will usually win the point. Mertens is incredibly comfortable moving forward, finishing points at the net with crisp, textbook volleys. Furthermore, Elise Mertens possesses a tennis IQ that allows her to completely dismantle hyperaggressive players. She is an absorber of pace. When a player like Eala hits a massive, heavy topspin forehand, Mertens uses her superb anticipation and compact backhand to take the ball early, often redirecting it down the line with pinpoint accuracy. This denies her opponent the time to recover, using their own power against them. And we cannot ignore the head-to-head record. As mentioned earlier, Mertens holds a 2-0 advantage over Eala. The most recent clash was just a couple of months ago, in April 2026, at the Madrid Open. Mertens put on a masterclass, neutralizing Eala's power and exploiting her movement on the clay, cruising to a 6-2, 6-1 victory. The match was not close. Mertens dictated the terms of engagement from the very first point. So, the massive question hovering over this Bad Homburg encounter is this. How does Eala flip the script? How does a 21-year-old phenom overcome an experienced, tactically superior veteran who has already dominated her twice? The answer lies in the surface and in the tactical adjustments Eala has made over the past month. The grass court changes the entire dynamic of this matchup. In Madrid, the high, slow bounce of clay allowed Mertens time to set up her shots and retrieve Eala's heavy ground strokes. Eala's natural heavy topspin, a byproduct of her Spanish training, sat up perfectly in Mertens' strike zone. But on the grass in Bad Homburg, that same heavy topspin is much harder to execute. The ball does not sit up. It shoots through the court. Over the past few weeks, Eala has deliberately flattened out her forehand. She has taken the ball significantly earlier, hitting through the court rather than brushing up the back of the ball. This flatter trajectory is devastating on grass because it rushes the opponent, denying the time to set their feet. For Eala to win this match, she has to serve exceptionally well. The left-handed serve out wide on the ad court is one of the most effective weapons on a grass court, pulling the opponent entirely off the court and opening up the down-the-line passing shot. Eala has to utilize this pattern relentlessly against Mertens. Furthermore, Eala cannot afford to get locked into long, grinding, cross-court rallies. Mertens thrives in those baseline exchanges, using her consistency to draw unforced errors. Eala must employ first-strike tennis. A big serve, followed by an aggressive first ball, preferably a forehand down the line, or a drive volley if Mertens floats a defensive slice. Eala has to be the one stepping inside the baseline, robbing Mertens of time and dictating the tempo. On the flip side, Elise Mertens has a very clear game plan as well. Mertens will look to exploit Eala's backhand side, utilizing a low, biting backhand slice to force Eala to generate her own pace from below the level of the net. Hitting up on a skidding grass court slice is incredibly difficult and often leads to the ball popping up, giving Mertens a perfect opportunity to step in and hit a winner. Mertens will also look to test Eala's movement to the net. While Eala has improved her all-court game, her comfort zone is still firmly at the baseline. Mertens will likely employ short-angled slices and well-disguised drop shots to drag Eala forward, forcing her to hit uncomfortable transition volleys. The psychological aspect of this match is just as compelling as the tactical breakdown. Eala is carrying the weight of an entire nation on her shoulders. The Philippines is a country deeply passionate about sports, and Eala's rise has captivated millions. Every time she steps onto court, she is not just playing for ranking points or prize money. She is representing her flag, inspiring a new generation of Asian tennis players. The pressure of that expectation can be crushing, but Eala has shown a remarkable maturity in handling it. Her post-match interviews reveal a young woman who is grounded, focused, and profoundly aware of her role as a trailblazer. She has stated repeatedly that she is here to stay, that her breakthrough is not a fluke, and that she belongs at the highest echelon of the sport. Elise Mertens, conversely, is playing with house money. At this stage in her career, she has achieved immense success. She does not have the same burning, desperate need to prove herself that a 21-year-old rising star has. Mertens approaches matches with a clinical, almost icy detachment. She does not get overly emotional. She analyzes, adapts, and executes. If Eala comes out firing and goes up an early break, Mertens will not panic. She will simply start probing, looking for weaknesses, adjusting her court position, and slowly try to reel the youngster back in. This mental contrast, the fiery, explosive passion of the rising star versus the cold, calculated experience of the veteran, adds an incredibly rich layer of drama to this encounter. Furthermore, we have to consider the physical toll of the last few weeks. Eala's miracle run has been awe-inspiring, but it has also been exhausting. Winning a title in Birmingham, followed immediately by a grueling run to the semifinals in Berlin, means she's played a tremendous amount of high-intensity tennis in a condensed time frame. Grass court tennis is uniquely punishing on the body. The constant bending, the low center of gravity required to retrieve skidding balls, and explosive, abrupt changes of direction put immense strain on the lower back, the hips, and the knees. Has Eala had enough time to recover physically and mentally after her loss to Noskova in Berlin? Or will the accumulated fatigue begin to show if this match against Mertens turns into a grueling 3-set marathon? Mertens, on the other hand, comes into this tournament relatively fresh. She understands how to pace herself during a long season, prioritizing the Grand Slams and ensuring she peaks at the right moments. She will undoubtedly look to extend the rallies early in the match, testing Eala's legs and try and draw out any lingering fatigue. If Mertens can make this match physical, if she can force Eala into long, side-to-side baseline sprints, the advantage shifts heavily in the Belgians' favor. Let us also look at the broader implications of this match for the WTA Tour landscape. Women's tennis is currently in an incredibly exciting transitional phase. We have established superstars like Iga Swiatek, Aryna Sabalenka, and Coco Gauff at the top of the rankings, but right below them is a seething cauldron of young, hungry talent desperate to break through. Players like Linda Noskova, Mira Andreeva, and Alex Eala are knocking on the door, proving that they have the firepower to upset the established hierarchy on any given day. A victory for Eala over a player of Mertens' caliber, especially on a surface that traditionally rewards experience, would send a massive shockwave through the locker room. It would solidify Eala's status as a genuine dark horse for Wimbledon, a player that absolutely nobody wants to see in their section of the draw. A win for Mertens, however, reestablishes the natural order. It serves as a stark reminder that raw talent and momentum are often not enough to overcome decades of experience and tactical discipline. It would provide Mertens with a crucial injection of confidence as she heads toward London, reaffirming her status as a dangerous floater who can easily reach the second week of a major. Ultimately, this match will come down to execution under pressure. Can Alex Eala maintain the ultra-aggressive, flat-hitting style that has brought her so much success over the past month, even when she is facing a player who has historically dismantled her? Can she serve with high enough percentages to keep Mertens from attacking her second serve? Or will Elise Mertens weave her defensive web, absorbing Eala's power, frustrating the youngster with a barrage of slices, and using her superior net play to close out the crucial points? The Bad Homburg Open is providing us with an absolute blockbuster in the round of 32, a match that has the feel, the intensity, and the stakes of a late-round Grand Slam encounter. As we wrap up this incredibly detailed documentary-style deep dive into the upcoming clash between Alex Eala and Elise Mertens, we have to step back and appreciate exactly what we are witnessing. Regardless of the outcome of the specific match at the Bad Homburg Open, the story of Alex Eala's 2026 grass court campaign is already the stuff of legend. From capturing her maiden grass title in Birmingham, showcasing her immense resilience to fight back against Nikola Bardunkova, to her breathtaking, giant-killing march to the semifinals in Berlin, Eala has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that her historic hardcourt breakthroughs in 2025 were just a prologue. She is evolving before our very eyes. She is mutating her game, shedding the heavy clay court habits of her youth, and embracing the fast, ruthless nature of grass court tennis. She is playing with a terrifying fearlessness that has captured the imagination of the tennis world and ignited a fire of pride across the Philippines and all of Southeast Asia. But the reality of professional tennis is that fairy tales are frequently interrupted by cold, hard reality, and Elise Mertens is the absolute master of delivering that reality check. The Belgian veteran is not interested in narratives. She is not interested in being a stepping stone for a rising star. With a 2-0 head-to-head advantage, a tactical mind sharper than a scalpel, and a wealth of experience on the slippery lawns of Europe, Mertens represents the ultimate boss battle for Eala at this stage of the season. If Eala wants to continue her miracle run, if she wants to arrive at the gates of Wimbledon with the aura of an unstoppable force, she has to go through Mertens. She has to solve the puzzle that completely baffled her in Madrid just 2 months ago. It is a clash of generations, a clash of styles, and a clash of mentalities. Raw, explosive, youthful exuberance going head-to-head against cold, calculated, veteran precision. What do you think is going to happen in this monumental first-round encounter? Can Alex Eala utilize her new, flatter grass-court ground strokes to overpower the Belgian and continue her spectacular run? Will fatigue of the last few weeks finally catch up to the 21-year-old phenom? Or will Elise Mertens put on a tactical masterclass, using her slice, her anticipation, and her incredible net skills to neutralize Eala and assert her dominance once again? I want to hear your complete analysis, your predictions, and your thoughts down in the comments section below. Do not hold back. Let me know exactly how you see this match unfolding point by point. And if you enjoyed this incredibly thorough, long-form deep dive, please do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that we're doing something right, and it helps push this highly detailed tennis analysis out to a broader audience who craves more than just a surface-level summary. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with those notification bells turned all the way on, because as we move deeper into the Bad Homburg Open, and as we gear up for the absolute spectacle that is Wimbledon, we are going to be dropping these extensive tactical breakdowns every single day. We are covering every major storyline, every critical match, and every rising star on both the WTA and ATP tours. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your passion for the great sport of tennis, and I will see you in the very next video for more deep dive analysis.